From Tobacco Republic in Loomis, California, the Loomis Cigar Cartel presents Beyond the Humidor, a cigar podcast for the rest of us. Scott Robinson back at you again. I'm joined by my usuals. Hank Hill over there and Bill Dotrieve on my left.
Wow.
But that would make the camera gorilla Bobby.
All right, let's roll it back. Let's run that intro again.
Whatever you say, Bobby.
That boy ain't right.
Yeah. Hey, let's focus on something for a minute. Greg lights his cigar as you're doing the intro, and all you hear is, damn, turn the flame down on that thing a little bit, would you? Sheesh.
Oh, man, I love it. Hey, we are on a high right now from last week's PCA.
Really? Really?
All right. See?
I moved my mic away from me and shit. Like, come on.
And this is why I call him Bill.
Well, I mean, in his defense, he's kind of stuck in the corner of that couch. The mic is like over the top of his shoulder, the stand.
It's very hard to move right now.
I mean, it's kind of like, having a seatbelt on a walrus.
That'd be accurate.
Yeah. Have you got that lit now, or are we going to have to do the again? No? Retro hail? You good? All right, it's coming out your ears? God bless.
All right, let's just get started. What the fuck are you smoking, Greg?
Oh, yeah, start with him. Good idea.
So from PCA, we got some good samples from a lot of good folks. I've got a... How did we say we were pronouncing this? Eras?
Eras, I think.
It's E-R-E-Z cigars. Forgive me if I'm not pronouncing it right. So it's a Dominican-grown Habano in this case. Just lit it. The initial light on there is, it's got a nice woodsy flavor and aroma to it. It's really smooth, really creamy. So, I look forward to seeing what this pans out to through the rest of the podcast.
Now, are they calling that a Habano, a Maduro? What are they calling
This
it?
one is the Habano. Yeah, it's a Habano edition.
Yeah, I got one of those too. I'm looking forward to lighting that up.
Nice. How about you, Larry?
I have a Sereno Royale Maduro. In the, what do we got here? Robusto Gordo, 5.5 by 60. It is, pardon me while I scroll through here, because I kind of got lost a little bit. Ecuadorian Habano Orozco wrapper, and then Nicaraguan binder and filler. The initial light on this was pretty peppery, but it went away almost immediately, and it's coming into, really soft sweetness, almost a caramel in this now, which is really nice. I mean, this is so far. I just lit it a couple of minutes ago, but so far this is really, I'd say medium to full, more on the medium side, but really nice cigar so far.
Well, I myself, I have been waiting a week to smoke this. It's The Devil's Hand by Esteban Carreras.
Mm-hmm.
And remember when we went to that booth and he told the story?
Yeah.
Man, that was wild. So Gonzalo Puentes, who runs Esteban Carreras' factory, he used to work for the Cuban Ministry of Agriculture, and he was responsible for, developing the Cuban seed even further. But he managed to smuggle some of that out of Cuba and grow it in Nicaragua. So this is like 4 regions of Nicaraguan tobacco. You got the wrapper, that's a Corojo. You've got the binder that is out of Esteli and Alapa. And then the filler is Condega.
Mm.
And, I just lit this on a dry run. I love the smoke that's coming out of it. As far as a taste goes, I haven't been able to pin it down yet, but I'm still enjoying the cigar. I really like well-constructed cigars that you can get a lot of smoke out of.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Me too. Now, that's a little bigger ring gauge than you're typically drawn
It
to.
looks like 56.
Yeah, 56.
Yep. So
it's going well with the bamboo rum.
The last
of it.
rum.
Yeah, what did you say there, Camera Gorilla? You should have had that on tape.
As we wring out the bottle of rum.
Scott was very distressed when he realized there was no more rum coming out of the bottle as he poured his glass.
You had a Johnny Depp moment, did you?
I kind of did.
Why is the rum gone?
Yeah.
Well, I got to be careful. The mouse might come after us.
Oh yeah, no. Don't fuck with the mouse. He'll kill you in your fucking sleep.
Horse head in your bed.
Cartoon.
Gorilla, you were passed off a cigar out of my bag there.
I was, and it says Don Luis on it, and that's all I know.
Don Luis, that's part of the Art of Cigar group that we spoke with. That would be the Maduro, I believe. How's that starting out for you?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Okay.
I genuinely, you said Maduro, and I was a little surprised. It didn't hit me like a Maduro. So
No, and that's funny. That seems to be. Have you noticed over the last 2 or 3 episodes, if we're talking about a Maduro, the Maduros? I mean, there's still guys that are making punch you in your face Maduro cigars, but at least that type of cigar seems to have evolved a little bit faster in that they're looking more for flavor than they are for power.
Yeah.
And which I really like because I'm a fan of the Maduro flavor, but some of the Maduro power cigars are a little rough,
Well, yeah.
So
I eat a chisel.
yeah. The Chisel's a great cigar if you don't mind feeling like you got kicked in the head by a horse if you didn't eat anything before smoking it.
Oh, exactly. Well,
But
hey,
even with that power, I still like the flavor of that cigar.
Yeah. LFD's flavor is great. It's just,
it
for
is.
me, it's a power in a lot of cases. But you remember the pre-blend, the pre-new release Camacho Triple Maduro was that way too.
well, ooh, took some smoke in there for a second.
Don't do that.
Unless you've been under a rock and haven't been paying attention over the past week, we've been releasing videos from our time at the Premium Cigar Association convention that happened in Vegas last week.
Yes.
And it was our first trip there, and it was incredible. I mean, I had such a great freaking time.
Yeah, I was. I'm sure Larry would agree with me on this. I was woefully underprepared for what we were getting into, and it was overwhelming to say the least.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. And just to kind of give you a little bit of perspective, we stayed in the same venue that the convention was. So it was in the Venetian on the Strip in Vegas. And at the end of Sunday, when we were still in the convention venue, Greg's step count was at like 75,000.
By the end of the day, when I got home, it was 75,683 steps over since Friday. When we checked into the party on Friday.
Yeah, and we didn't go a lot of distance,
No.
as far as from here to there. We did the back and forth up and down that convention floor.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was nuts. And I would say that if we put eyes on 50% of the booze, that would be probably an exaggeration a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked to a lot of people, don't get me wrong. But they're, the reason the manufacturers are there is to make connections with retailers, with the people that are going to be purchasing their cigars. So, and some of those booths, we were lucky enough to find a window of time we could get in there and talk to. And some of them, just because we were only there 2 days, we just didn't get that opportunity. And classic example, we did not talk to Sebastian.
Right. I was just about to say.
And we were by that booth 3 times.
Yeah, and it was always crazy deep.
We got to talk to Brian for a minute, but even that conversation, Brian was kind of holding off a customer.
Yeah.
So he could talk to us from us like, no, man, you guys are writing orders, you're writing paper, let's do that. And, so we go by there again, maybe 45 minutes, an hour later, and they're 15 deep. in their booth, which, hey, God bless. I mean, that's what you're there to do. So, Sebastian, sorry we didn't get to hassle you a little bit, but
We'll see you in a month and hassle you then.
yeah, we're gonna light you up then at Denver. But the overall experience was just amazing, and incredibly nice people. Super interested in what we're doing, as well as we're interested in what they're doing. So, I think the cooler thing to me is you got to see a lot more vendors, a lot more people that are not just manufacturers, distributors of cigars.
Yeah.
And if you've watched any of the videos that have been coming up over this last week, you can see we talked to a lot of people, a lot of different cool stuff. I mean, Rabbit Air. There's a video that went up about a portable, collapsible
Ashtray.
paper
That was
ashtray.
Easy Ash.
Yes, Easy Ash.
That might be one of the coolest things I think you guys got a video of. And I don't know if that's because I just came back from a hiking trip in the mountains where if I had cigars, it would have been cool to also have the little disposable ashtray.
Yeah, and just some neat stuff. And we got some display stuff out here on the table that, if you're watching this on YouTube, we're going to talk about in a minute. But that to me was just, I wasn't prepared for how much accessory stuff was going to be involved in that. And just, I mean, everything, all kinds of cool stuff. So yeah, 2 days was not enough time.
No.
But how much more could we have done with a third day?
A lot, apparently.
Yeah. So, we were there. We flew in first thing Friday morning, and we left Sunday, the last flight of the day, which is I don't recommend.
Ever.
From Reed Airport in Las Vegas. The dregs of society are getting on the last plane,
Well, we were there, so yes.
Yeah, but it was it was like the 410 to Yuma, man. It was a rough roll. Man.
Well, look at the bright side. At least it wasn't like a Legion or Spirit.
Yeah,
True.
yeah. So our return flight home was delayed twice, and literally at the time it was supposed to originally take off, is when they decided to force march a group of people,
180 people.
Yeah, a group of people that had no business going anywhere but on the plane and sitting down across Reed Airport.
20 gates.
20 gates. And I mean,
Oh, man.
the baton death march of travelers, just the lady with a baby, somebody in a wheelchair. I think there was a peg leg. It was just, it was a rough. If we wanted to film something, we should have filmed that.
That's true.
It's like, here we are. It was horrible, but it was still funny. I mean, we're standing there, we're waiting, waiting.
There's still no plane at the gate.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to be boarding any minute. Boarding what? You realize we can see out the window, right? There is nothing out there, but. Yeah, it's it seems like that's kind of how our travels go.
Usually, yes.
And then the other thing I wanted to mention is didn't even dawn on me until we were there Friday night and they did the pre-party thing.
Yeah.
How many people that would approach us and want to know what the media thing was that are shop owners.
Mm-hmm.
That are other media people. We must have talked to 30 shop owners from across the country.
Yeah.
Guys we're going to reach out to in Nashville, Pittsburgh, Oklahoma City, and then a couple of local shops, within an hour's drive from where we are here. To me, that was every bit as cool, if not cooler, than talking to some of the cigar manufacturers.
Yeah.
Because you get an idea, and we're going to set up some interviews with StreamYard from some of these retailers in different areas, for them, just to do like we do. If you've seen any of these interviews where we've had guests in here or somebody on StreamYard, our MO. We just kind of turn the mic on and tell us your story. Mm-hmm. And I think we got some great stuff lined up, man, because we met a couple of real characters.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he goes by Sam or Samuel, the cat out of Pittsburgh.
Just the Tip Cigar Shop?
Yeah, just the tip.
Yes.
And
Cigar junkies, we got to give them some love, man.
Oh man, and this kid, he's sharp, man. He's a witty cat. I tried to hassle him a couple of times, seeing him walking around on the floor, and he was right there. Come back with it. I'm like, all right, this guy's all right. So
What the fuck were we talking about at Treasure Island Friday night?
No, man, why you got to bring that up? Why you got to bring that up? So
Because I have to.
So if you follow the podcast at all, you know we've kind of worked up a friendship. We've had him on the podcast. Scott's been on our podcast. Matt and Garrett from How About That Cigar, and at this trip to Vegas was the first time we actually got to meet these cats face to face. I think I speak for all of us that we're a little concerned now. And that's saying something coming from
we
me.
thought we were messed up.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
Yeah, Richie Cunningham over here was too tired, so he went sleepy night.
But we got
we headed to TI.
so we ended up across the street at Treasure Island on Friday night and smoking in the bar there on the casino, right at the edge of the casino floor. And we got Matt and Garrett from How About That Cigar. We got
A couple of guys from Blind Man's Puff,
a
didn't you?
couple of guys from Blind Man's Puff, who we ran into those guys Friday afternoon at Casa Fuente. Cool group of guys there.
Yep.
And then, a couple other people floated in and out on this group, and the conversation just went completely sideways. And we're not going to get into all of that, but I mean, it was just by the time everybody broke it up at Treasure Island, and Scott and I are walking back.
Oh shit!
At 12:30 at night, it's 102 degrees in Las Vegas. I don't know why the hell people live there. I mean, it is just uncomfortably hot.
Go on.
So we're walking along. We're out in front of the of Treasure Island, right on Las Vegas Boulevard there, and Las Vegas is probably the major city that I've ever been to that you absolutely do not jaywalk in the middle of the block. And they do everything to prevent stupid people from jaywalking. They have the iron fence, guardrails, spikes in the middle. They keep you from jaywalking. So we're going down to the stoplight, and it's literally straight from that stoplight right to the front of the Venetian, and we're home, so to speak. So Scott's about 3 steps in front of me, and if you've seen the video or seen us on pictures of us on Facebook, Scott is considerably taller than I am. And he's walking along, and we both got, our dress pants and our button-up shirts, because we're trying to impress people, apparently. Well, Scott dresses like that a lot. Me, it's either wedding or funeral. So we're
Bougie.
we're walking along, and this girl passes by Scott, and she's probably 25, a little bit shorter than I am. And as she goes by Scott, all I hear is, "Oh shit, Suge Knight." And it just took me aback, right? And I'm laughing, and Scott spins around. He goes, "What'd she say?" Because he heard her say something, but I don't think he heard what she said.
Didn't connect.
And I told him, he's like, "Where'd she go?" But so the whole weekend it was Suge Knight references, and actually we're still bagging on him about it, but
That's all right.
yeah, I'm
For
sorry.
some reason, he keeps threatening to run us over.
Yeah. But yeah, man, overall, it just an amazing experience. We've got a ton of stuff that we're sampling, which, we've all got one here today, and we're going to talk about. We have a year's worth of content.
Oh yeah.
Easily.
There's 37 of those short interviews.
Yep.
Yeah.
That we've been putting up.
What's come out the last few days is just day one. I'm now starting today after we're done recording. I have to go home and start putting day 2 together.
Hey, Greg, watch this. I'm touching up this cigar. I move the mic back.
That sounds pleasant, Lawrence.
See?
There's a problem here.
Just saying.
Okay, I have to talk about a couple of things.
Uh-oh.
Oh, great. Here we go.
The fuck, man? What the hell you think?
Look, we're out of time.
Roll it out, Anthony. Let's go.
It's because I'm black, huh?
Well. Since you mentioned it.
So
We shall overcome someday. Okay.
the chair recognizes Mr. Robinson.
About fucking time. Anyway.
Not that chair.
Remember, you're supposed to wet the sponge.
Wow.
I'm tired, boss. I'm tired, boss.
You guys aren't allowed to go anywhere anymore.
That's funny. Your mother said the same thing.
Anyway.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Grandma's laying in a ditch at the edge of town. Okay. Continue on, Scott.
One of the best cigars I had at PCA was from Christoph. Wait. Do you have one?
I got one too.
I hope I have another one, or did I smoke them
No,
all?
you smoked it.
Fuck! You smoked it as soon as they gave it to you.
Oh, you're right, I did.
Both times.
Aha! Right here, Camera Gorilla. Here it is. Here it is.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is Christoph's answer to the short story.
Oh, my God.
And this is my second one.
No, it's not. It's mine. It's my third one. That is my third one. Yes, leave it out, Greg.
Yeah.
I'll send you a picture of it to put up.
Hey, just to be safe, I left mine at home. No, man.
I didn't think I was going to get robbed by Suge Knight today.
Yeah.
Say, man, that's a nice cigar.
Yeah.
Be a pity if I killed you.
Yeah. Want to help a brother out? No, we got to, and we hung out for a couple of times for quite a while. Greg wasn't with us the first time we stopped by Christoph's booth and got to talk to Kevin, who's he lives in Idaho, right? Northern
Yeah,
Idaho.
he's in the Coeur d'Alene-ish area.
Yeah.
Okay. Super cool guy. Used to be a cop down here in California. And another funny story about Scott. So, well, involving Scott, not about Scott. I'm sorry. That came out wrong. So we get to it's just he and I in the first trip by. We get to the Christoph booth. And, hey, we tell him, we have a podcast out of Northern California, blah, blah, blah. And the guy's standing there, and he goes, hey, Scott, do me a favor. Just stand there for a second. Because the dude's a big white dude. He's as tall as Scott. And he goes, I just want to look at somebody eye level for a second.
Just look into my eyes.
So there was like 12 seconds of awkward silence. Well, this man, got his, neck adjusted apparently. But, so, yeah, that was a little weird. A couple people heard that walking by, and they're like, whoa, what was that? It'll be all right.
Is this a new game of gay chicken? So anyway, let me get to the cigar.
Yeah, please get to the cigar now.
Okay, so my man hands Larry and I this cigar first time we were at the booth. We light it, start smoking it. Basically, I walked while I had the cigar at PCA having a conversation with Jesus, a beaver, and a horse. The unicorn couldn't make it because it was at some 5-year-old girl's birthday party. But it was a religious fucking experience.
No joke.
Great cigar. Now explain a little bit, if people don't understand the reference to the short story, explain what type of cigar this is. How what
I would equate it to a lunch break.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a unique lunch break.
Yeah, all Cameroon.
What do they? It's a
I don't know.
not a Portofino, not a Perfecto.
Oh,
It's one where the tip narrows down, the foot narrows down to a very small aperture. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head.
Our research is impeccable.
Mm-hmm.
But no, amazing cigar. And once again, if you've listened to us at all, you know I'm a fan of the Christoph line of products anyway. I smoke quite a few Christophs. There's a bunch of their stuff I really enjoy. If your brother does not bring these in, he's an idiot.
John.
John.
I'm going to send you this link.
Yeah, John.
Send us boxes.
We will buy the boxes, man. I mean, those things are incredible. If you're at your local brick and mortar, people, they have Christoph, you've tried anything in their line. If you see these come out, you have to try one.
Yep.
It may not be your go-to, but you are robbing yourself of a cigar experience if you don't at least smoke one of these once to figure out what we're talking about.
Jesus, beaver, and a horse. If you want to have a conversation with those three, smoke that cigar.
Was it a helpful beaver?
Quite helpful.
Gotcha.
Not really. I mean, not really.
That was a tough one.
Yeah.
It was a great stick, though.
Oh man.
But yeah, some cool, unique stuff. There, just so much to take in.
The displays were incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's Rocky Patel. What?
60 by 60?
Yeah, 1,600 square feet.
Oh yeah, easily.
Just all these freestanding glass cases, leather armchairs.
Then there was Larry.
Oh yeah, then there was Larry the beer guy.
Yes.
Patel was pouring Stella on tap out of his booth. And did you notice that all that stuff serving, regardless of what it was, alcohol, even the espresso guys, what was it, Placencia had the espresso?
Yeah.
And somebody else, those were all employees of the Venetian.
Yeah.
That wasn't in somebody with
I think it's
Probably
because
part of
their
their
license.
yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, the guy pouring the beer for Patel was also named Larry. Interesting coincidence. And so he saw a lot of us.
Oh yes, he did. Thank you, Rocky. Thank you for allowing us to be in your booth and drink.
Yeah. We should have probably slid you an envelope or something. But
We took care of Larry though.
yeah, Larry did all right.
Yeah. And guitar, and then he had his.
Yeah, he had the guitar
guitarist.
player guy. You falling
Yes.
asleep over there, Greg? What happened? We're just talking about PCAs getting tired. Did you guys
Greg,
take some vitamin B or something? Jesus.
You need to start up cocaine. The next piece. Okay, when we go to fucking Denver, you need to take up cocaine. I'm sorry, but you were like droopy on heroin the first day.
How do you know this, Mr. Robinson?
I don't say I do it. I just know the recipe.
Wow. We've seen the signs. Oh, God.
At least pick up some caffeine tablets. I don't mean those cheap ones Rayleigh's got. Go to a truck stop and get the real ones.
Yeah.
Trucker tablets.
So I think one of the funnest moments I saw it involves you.
Oh shit! What
I do?
What do you do?
The Cigar interview.
I saw that shit.
If you haven't seen that, go to the Loomis Cigar Cartel's Facebook page. Look for the video where Larry interviews the chick from Cigar, which we're going to have her on the program, by the way, because that lady was funny. And she's like, what do you guys talk about on this podcast?
That's the one that said fairy like 6 times.
Three times. So
Chick. Who are you, Fonzie? The chick from Cigar?
I don't remember what her name is. I'm sorry. I apologize.
The lady from Cigar.
Anyway, so this lady,
Anyway, yeah.
this very nice person.
Explains why Greg's single.
Sometimes it's easier. So this very
You and the sock.
this very nice. Unfortunately, the sock's pregnant now.
No.
Camera Monkey is coming in to say nope.
So anyway,
Oh, no.
That'll be edited out, folks.
Camera gorilla. You are not a monkey. You are a gorilla.
I had to say something so quick. I don't care about status at this point.
So anyway, back to where I was at. So we're talking to her, and she says, so what do you guys talk about on this podcast? Oh, cigars, liquor, life, and talk shit. And I'm like, how's your talking shit game? She looks at me and goes, oh, you three won't be able to compete. I'm like, okay.
Sounds like a party.
Yeah. Challenge accepted, ma'am.
But it's a really cool little product. Unfortunately, we don't have one, but I do plan on ordering one. It's a little end. There's an end sitting on the table here in front of Scott, but this is a little smaller end that you put on the nub of your cigar, which allows you to enjoy it as it gets down to the last inch or so without burning your fingers. It also has a little plastic ring that you can put on it that makes it magnetized so it can attach your golf bag to the golf cart to anything. It was just a really amazing product.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's. I look forward to having her on and talking to her more about that product. That was a fun one.
I have her business card in that giant stack that I've got at home.
Yeah, we're gonna sit down this week and go through that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And this is kind of a call to action for our listeners and watchers out there. If you are doing one of those things and you are at PCA, get with me if you saw the rabbit. I want to know what the deal was with the rabbit.
Okay, well, let's explain that.
Let's explain that.
Yes, please.
So, Drunken Chicken Cigars had a sign spinner cat in a full chicken suit. Okay, I get it. You got a Drunken Cigars pointy arrow and a guy in a chicken suit. We assumed Saturday morning when I saw this cat walking around, there's a grown man, 6 foot tall, in a full one-piece pink bunny outfit. I figured Rabbit Air. Makes sense, right? We get to Rabbit Air. Rabbit Air's like, yeah, it wasn't us. And we could not find this cat anywhere. We saw him like 3 times, but all 3 times we saw him, we were like neck deep in talking to somebody. And it's like, damn, there goes a rabbit again. And it's like, so yeah, man, if you were at PCA, one of our other, podcast buddies, anybody that who talked to the rabbit, what's the rabbit's story?
What was his deal?
Yeah, does the rabbit need a sponsor? Is he homeless? I mean, where are we at?
But that gives me a great idea for the next PCA as part of our promotional device. I think we should. Anthony, you're coming next year.
No.
We're going to put you on full.
Nope.
Yes.
No, we're not. I don't know if you're going to say fucking squirrel, beaver. I don't give a shit what animal in the kingdom you're about to say. No.
Full beaver outfit. And basically, we put it out there. If you catch the beaver, let's see, you get, I don't know.
Why don't we just get him a gorilla costume?
There you go.
Fuck.
Yep, I like it. Catch the camera gorilla. Or better still, maybe we should rent a booth with a little boxing ring and say, can you beat the gorilla?
Dude, have you seen him? Dude.
The gorilla has a 45 auto, by the way, but good luck.
Oh, God.
So, what booth were you guys most impressed with? Either we talked to, we didn't talk to, we walked by. What was your favorite booth?
I don't want to say a favorite.
What booth impressed you the most?
See, I don't want to say that either because there was a bunch. Hold on, dumbass. I'm busy. There was a bunch of them. The wooden travel humidor guys, Benchmark.
Yes.
Great
Those
stuff.
were incredible.
That video went live a day or two ago.
I absolutely do not need another travel humidor. I absolutely have no reason to get one of those. I'm buying one because they are the coolest. That's the super coolest shit that I've seen. We have 2 of the 3 samples sitting out here on the table in front of us because I'm an idiot and I didn't bring mine. All 3 of us bought these pipes, for lack of a better definition, and this is going to be hard to explain, if you're not watching this on YouTube. And I know if you're a relatively decent cigar smoker, you've been doing this a minute, you have an idea of what I'm talking about. There's different tips out there, different gimmicks for smoking a cigar all the way down to the end. Greg talked about the one version, the Cigar, just a minute ago. This is a completely different type of thing than that. But along the same principle, where you put your cigar into this little pipe tip and you can smoke the entire cigar. That comes in handy. The reason I got one, two reasons. One, they're handmade by the gentleman that was standing there as part of the booth.
Yes.
They are super freaking cool.
Oh, yeah.
Every one of them is unique and different. But the thing that struck me about these so much for myself personally is, and if you've seen me, this is going to make sense, I can't even use a pick very well because of all this on my face. I need something that does not get the heat and the flame of a little stubby short cigar right up next to this mustache. So that and the artistry of what this guy's doing with these things, I was like, yeah, I'm in. Here's my money. I'm buying one. I didn't even know what the price was. I'm like, yeah, I want that one right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, super cool stuff. And it's funny that we did that, I think, 3 times.
We did.
Where all 3 of us are like, yeah, we'll buy it. You guys got one of the little kits out there.
Yep.
That stick the stick.
Yeah.
Guys out of Reno, right up the road from us, and it's just super simple. I mean, it's a little leather case that you can carry all your cigar accoutrements, accessories in, so it's not flying around in your pocket, or you forget it and you get somewhere, which is probably why I have 26 cutters and 70 lighters, because I'll get somewhere and I don't have anything. It's like I got to buy one. But it's got a little machined aluminum cigar pick. It's got a cutter and a little single flame, right?
Yeah.
Single flame lighter that all fits in the same little pack. They're doing a pretty good job of marketing that stuff, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
They have a little like a 12-pack box that your local brick and mortar can buy. Sets right up on the counter. Super cool thing. And then the third thing that all 3 of us bought, and I don't think any of us brought one down here.
No, I didn't. I forgot
mine. We'll have to do it on a later podcast. Is a little handheld hydrometer for you to check the individual humidity of a cigar.
Yeah.
Yep.
That guy showed us how that thing worked, and I'm like, yeah.
Here, take my money.
Just a neat thing. That same company,
Cigar Medics.
Yeah, Cigar Medics. We're going to reach out to those guys too. So look for that, because they have a cutter that is different than anything I've seen. It's a roller ball cutter that's surgical steel. It's CNC machined. And it cuts a cigar better than anything I've ever seen. It did an amazing job. So, yeah. Best booth though. God.
Well, I know who won. PCA does a competition every year. I know who won best booth. El Septimo. $5.5 million lighters. Oh yeah, let's talk about that for a minute.
Oh yeah.
So the company's called El Septimo. I posted it on the Facebook group, so I will get it on the main Facebook page after this podcast. It is a set of lighters. They're $5.5 million each. They are gold. They are jeweled. It is the most gaudy Kardashian thing I have ever seen. It is also one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Not that I have that much, coin to generate. No, I'm poor. Did you guys remember how much? I mean, a $1,500 DuPont is like that to me. Did you guys see or hear how many they sold at the event?
Yes. 11.
11.
What?
They sold 11.
To who?
I have no idea.
Some Saudi sheik or I don't know, drug lord.
Dude, that's crazy.
Half Wheel. It was either Half Wheel or it was Cigar Dojo. One of the two groups put up that they sold 11 at the show. That's amazing to me. And the lighters are just wow.
Donald Trump was in town, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he probably bought one of them.
He did not buy a $5.5 million lighter.
Maybe, I don't know.
Too busy planning the next campaign. But El Septimo won best booth, and their booth was beautiful.
It was cool, yeah.
You know, Oliva's booth was outstanding. Rocky's booth, the Padron booth was beautiful. You know, a lot of them to build walls and stuff, they use like fabric.
Yeah, it's almost a drapery fabric.
Yeah, but Padron's booth was wood, all wood. That wasn't cheap. But
Well, I like J.C. Newman.
the J.C. Newman booth was outstanding.
Yeah.
Scott's got pictures we got to post.
Yes.
And I think one of the coolest things about J.C. Newman is some of the old cigar boxes that they had in their display cases to use as props to hold stuff up. They had a Perfecto box that was probably from the 40s. And I was just like, you know, and just stuff odd stuff you're just not going to see anymore anywhere. And that was pretty cool. Bovita had a big setup. They gave gallon bags out right. Well, they did it all through the show, but as we were coming through, hey guys, you're going to need this. You're going to need this. Handed out a gallon Ziploc bag with a Bovita pack in it and a little information card about what it is. If you haven't used Bovita stuff for your humidification, whether it's a travel humidor or if you have a Tupperware ador or whatever,
Whatever works.
Yeah, it's night and day different from any of the other stuff you've tried.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the Zycar had some cool stuff.
Vsol was there. They're a lighter company.
Yeah,
Their booth was cool.
But the guys out of Texas, man, benchmark with those travel wood humidors. That was cool.
Oh, we got to talk about Warfighter.
Warfighter too. Their gear, their accessories were cool.
Yeah, Warfighter Tobacco Company.
Correct.
Saw them, talked to them first thing Saturday morning. Got some stuff from them. They gave us a badge holder, stuff with their Warfighter logo on it. 100% veteran owned and operated. This is another one, guys. And we're going to reach out to those cats sooner rather than later because I want to talk to those guys for sure.
Yeah.
Talk to your brick and mortar. If Warfighter's not something that they have, see about pushing them to get that because they have a great line of stuff. And like Greg said, their accessories are off the hook. They actually have joined with Pelican cases. They have Pelican travel humidors. And then I think one of the coolest things we saw at the show is their ashtrays.
Yes.
Oh, man.
They have the end cap from a tank round. So it's 6 inch, 8 inch?
120 millimeter.
120 millimeter tank round. It's the steel end that they have powder coated and turned into an ashtray. Now you flip it over, the bottom of it is still the raw aluminum with the stamping and everything, for a military round.
Yep.
But
Camera Gorilla would like 7 of those, please.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
And they've got the neat thing is the hole for where the primer would be, they fill it in with a brass, so it looks like a primer. It's really cool.
Yeah, that thing was super neat.
And then the travel humidor they have.
Yeah, the pellet.
They
have a soft case.
Yeah.
Travel humidor. That is camo. I mean, it looks like something you would see, strapped to a guy's side out in the field. It will hold 4 to 6 cigars depending on your ring gauge and your accessories. Also, it was designed doubly so that it'll hold 2 mags and a small
subcompact pistol.
Yeah, subcompact pistol. Either way, you can use it as a gun case or as a travel humidor.
God bless America.
Yeah, that was kind of what we said.
And that booth, those were some of the coolest individuals there.
No, man, just super nice guys.
Also out of Texas.
Yeah, super willing to just tell us all about their company, all about what they're doing. And that's what struck me, I think, as kind of the best thing about that event.
Yeah.
Is everybody was incredibly nice, accommodating. Oh, yeah, hey, God, let me tell you, hey, man, we'd like to know about what you guys do. And watch some of the videos. I mean, we met some really great people with some really great products. I'm gonna a little bit of a spoiler. Greg said earlier that all the videos you've seen so far are from day one, Saturday. Today he's going to start putting up some stuff from day 2. I'm going to butcher the name of this company because I butchered it when I was talking to the guy, and he kind of was like, that's not how you say it. And you guys know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it's Don Doroteo.
Yeah, Doroteo.
Pay attention. Watch for this video.
Yes.
I am good right now. The young, I don't want to disrespect him. I say kid because that's just one of the things. That's one of the terminologies I use. He's a younger guy. He's probably mid-30s. Air Force veteran. Mark my words. This is going to be a big boutique brand name.
Yes.
Because they are serious about what they're doing. They have some serious people involved, and they have a great backstory. I mean, it is amazing. And right now he's local. He lives in Sacramento.
Yeah. Did either of you light his cigar that we were given?
You smoked his.
That's all I have to say.
On the Scott Robinson flavor scale, would you mind giving us a flavor scale, Mr. Robinson?
On a scale of 1 to take your ass to flavor country, man. You pass flavor country. You in a rocket ship going to the flavor planet.
Yeah, that was.
I don't say that lightly. That was a good freaking cigar, man.
14-year age tobacco.
14-year age tobacco. I have. That was the. It was down to this or that one this morning, and honestly, Juan, I did not pick your cigar to smoke and talk about on this podcast because I would like to sit and smoke that cigar, just me sitting and smoking it, and then we'll be happy to, like I said, he's right here local in Sacramento for a little while. He's getting prepared to move to Florida. So I am going to reach out to him this weekend.
Yeah, catch up with him
and see if we can get him up here. Maybe even as early as next week, just to hang out and smoke.
Hell yes.
And then we can do something remotely with him. But I want to get him in here. I'd like to get him in here, on an evening that Ron's here, the owner of Tobacco Republic. But for sure, I want Craig to meet him. I want Ron to meet him because that cigar is.
Yeah, and it's funny. There's a few that I want to do that too. Like you want to sit and smoke it by itself. His is one of them. The Cats from Casa 1910, and obviously the 10th Aniversario from Enrique Sanchez. I want to be able to sit and focus on what I'm doing, not have to worry about talking to you guys in the camera and paying all attention.
The same thing with the Candela cigar that I got. And I'm not going to say any more than that. I'm not going to tell you who gave it to me or anything. But I am going to, even if I have to just turn my phone on and record, I am going to sit out on my back patio and smoke that Candela cigar, because that was one of those things where, number one, somebody came up to us unsolicited and told us that listening to our review of their cigars was the coolest thing.
Apostate.
I know who that is. Yep.
That has happened to them. And then one of the other people in that booth has listened to enough of our podcasts that they have a new release this year at PCA, which is a Candela. And they gave that cigar to me and said, hey, I know you like Candelas. You don't know that unless you've listened to this podcast, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That was as important to me as apparently our review and talking about your cigars were to you guys. So thank you very much, and I've got that thing set aside. Nothing's gonna happen to that. I am gonna sit down, and smoke that one, on its own. And there's a couple like that. I have a second cigar, and I'm trying to decide if I'm going to give that one to Anthony and let him try it, or if I'm going to smoke the second one, and that's the Haitian.
Bohikio.
Bohikio cigars, 100% Haitian tobacco. When we were talking to him, the owner of the company said that this is the first time their research, which sounds like it was fairly extensive,
About 2 years.
but this is the first time that tobacco has been grown in Haiti for cigar production since 1903.
That's awesome. I
So-
missed that part.
And they had that paired with a Haitian rum that was also fantastic. And Scott's gonna Cordy Brothers, right?
Yeah, Cordy Brothers over in Esac.
Scotty is going to pick up a bottle, so we'll be pouring that here in a future podcast. And it's just, I'm overwhelmed, but I'm also concerned. We got so much information. We made so many contacts that I don't know how we're going to get through everything and talk to everybody in a reasonable amount of time. That is concerning and kind of scary to me, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten phone calls and texts from folks, and it's like, I'm, really, I can't even describe it. Flattered's not even a good word. Humbled would be a better word.
Well, you know what would describe it for you? And I know Larry and I noticed it because we were behind the camera, you weren't. The way your face lit up when you were talking to Brandon from Apostate, that said a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it's just that, and it's funny, just in the short amount of time we've been doing this, that the connections we've made, I mean, Ace Prime, Brownheads,
Ed Trevino.
Ed Trevino, man. Ed, solid dude, man. Just a great dude.
Yeah.
It's just Cavalier, Brian from Cavalier.
Enrique.
Yeah. Oscar. There's just some cool people that, we get to be kind of a part of moving forward. And that's just fun, man. We're having a great time with this.
Now, you guys give me shit for this, but walking out of PCA at the end of all of it, I wanted to stand in front of a giant window with the Goodyear blimp saying, "The world is yours."
There we go. I thought it was like off the front of the Titanic. I'm the king of the world.
Oh, God,
Oh,
no.
Jesus.
No.
Well, and remember when we were talking to, I'm blanking on the cat's name, but we have his business card. We have his contact
Narrows it down.
from Zycar. He's like, "Oh, yeah, I listened to you guys."
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, thank you. I understand Pat now when someone tells him that they listen to his show. I get it.
It's like, man, how bad is your radio reception? That's what I'm asking, But Greg, how you doing on that, man? You smoking the hell out of that. That thing's going down quick.
You know, and I don't normally smoke this fast, but it is creamy. It is smooth. The dynamic flavor changes. You know, typically you see 1 to 2 changes in a cigar. This one seems like it changes every few puffs. Some new flavor note will show up, from pepper to spices to woodsy notes to all these different things. It's wonderful. You know, a Habano I normally associate with a fairly decent spice level, and it's just not there. The aging, the blending. This is a beautiful cigar. It's one that, you know, I need to get more of now.
Yeah, well, that's the same way I feel about this. For Maduro, it's not a punch you in your face power Maduro. It's just it's sweeter than I expected. Almost, like I said, almost a caramely, and that's getting just smoother as I'm going down this thing. It's amazing. This is a really good cigar. Same thing. I'm looking forward to some more of these, and hopefully this will be something we'll see here in our brick and mortar that I can just kind of come in and pick up at my leisure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you guys haven't smoked the Devil's Hand yet, you're in for a treat. Fantastic cigar. You see, it's not near Maduro. It's more of a medium, like on the high side of medium, but real delightful. Some peppery notes. I'd say white pepper, but it's just I just love the smoke that's coming out of it, being that it is of the larger ring gauge, but well constructed, where all that smoke and that flavor is just coming through. It's fantastic. So definitely. And the Nicaraguan tobacco from the 4 regions just melds so well.
Mm-hmm.
Gorilla?
Gorilla actually forgot to switch the camera there for a couple seconds because I was actually smoking mine, trying to decide how I would wrap it up. It started out, this is going to sound weird to say, but it started out with kind of like what I can only describe as kind of like a damp sweetness. And what I mean by that is like maybe like a wet wood or maybe like leaves, kind of sweet, but also vegetal. And now that sweetness is kind of ebbing away. Now it's more woody and getting toward the back half of the cigar, and it's fantastic. And I was gonna earlier paint a mental picture, but you guys went off on the whole tangent. Those cigar pipe tips for the non-viewing audience. Imagine like a very ornately carved duck call. As weird as that is to say, that's kind of what they look like.
That's it.
But
Yeah.
you put a cigar in the end, and instead of blowing through and making some god awful noise, you're inhaling or. Wait, nice. That was
Wow. I'm going back to normal.
they
That
do
just
not
fall out in your lap.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. Apparently they don't come with training wheels.
Hot
so.
end on a polyester shirt.
Hey, don't you remember what the cat said?
I did exactly what he said.
Push and twist.
I did. And the wrapper popped.
Oh, yeah. Well, there'd be that.
Whoops.
Mama said knock you out.
Some training required, apparently.
Yeah.
That's all right. But, you know, it's I don't care. Even if I never use it again, this is my whole thing. And I know I speak for these two as well. It's a small business, and supporting small business is so very important nowadays.
The story was as good as the product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the guys there at that booth, it was a cool display. They were great dudes. And
it probably would work if it was a little bit. That 56 ring gauge would be perfect in that.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just a neat little product.
I think you're supposed to cure it first with alcohol.
there are directions on the box.
See.
You expect me to read directions? You're asking a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
So I got one more little piece of follow-up from, I think we all traveled, so I don't remember exactly what was said at the end of the last episode, but I think I mentioned that I advised the purchase of some cigars by some very lowly paid intern sailors out in the Gulf of Mexico. And I got the reports back that the number 6 and especially the Barber Pole 2012 were very well loved. They also liked the Leaf Maduro, but the Barber Pole and the Rocky Patel number 6 were very well loved. So, yay.
Both those cigars are really solid.
Yeah.
I've created some converts.
There you go.
Okay, the Leaf by Oscar and Maduro. You did advise them to take that wrapper off first.
You know, I don't think I actually ever said that. I was hoping it would be. I'm going to have to ask.
You might want to ask. Because I can just see it now. They're like, it's a shaggy cigar, but it's delightful.
I know one of them, and I know I've had him smoke, or he's seen me smoke a leaf, or I've had him smoke a leaf by Oscar before. I hope they took the wrapper tobacco.
All right, good people. Just to show that I'm not just talking shit. It's happened to me. I did it the first time I did a leaf. I smoked it in its entirety.
Well, hell, Bob said he smoked one and left the band on because the band's made out of
Tobacco
paper, and he said it was funky, but in a good way. I don't. Again, that's my paraphrasing, Bob. I don't remember exactly what you said, but
No, it does. If you smoke through the band, it changes the flavor because it's printed with ink that is safe to combust, and the band is printed with tobacco made into paper, and it adds a unique flavor note while the band burns that's almost a sweet flavor to it. So yeah, it's something you guys really should try.
And even if you feel like I don't feel like leaving the band on, that's kind of weird. I've done it where I've let the edge of it smolder and I've just set it in the ashtray and let it burn like incense while I'm smoking the cigar. And you still get the kind of smell and the flavor that way. It's not as direct, but even just burning the band, it still smells fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I know my dad's over there like, what the fuck is wrong with all of you?
Well, and then let's go back to Oscar for a minute. What was the new cigar out? The Raw Dog.
Yeah.
God.
It's a cigar without a wrapper.
Yeah.
He wants you to be able to enjoy the pure tobacco of the binder and the filler.
Raw dog.
Dude, shut
Man,
up.
why you gotta say it like that?
Take your 80s porno voice and check that, would you? You're just making it creepy.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Wow,
cow,
wow.
Cow, 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 cow.
Waka 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 waka.
And again, Camera Grill is doing a lot of talking today. Because you guys won't do it to yourselves, I'll just say, as someone back in the cheap seats here at home on Facebook, excellent job on the videos, guys. Like, genuinely.
Thank you.
It was cool to kind of see you. It was cool to see you guys enjoying yourselves and having fun, but also I know this is kind of behind the scenes. It's cool to see you guys getting that feedback from basically random vendors and people being like, oh, I know you guys and listen to the podcast. And you guys are like, what? That's cool.
Helps when we're sober.
I love the one of the guys say, you guys are nuts, man. Now, the reason why I was giving Larry shit calling him Hank Hill, because on more than one interview, he did what the hell was it?
Y'all?
No, it wasn't y'all. It was.
I'll tell you what.
That's it. I'll tell you what. I fell out laughing. I'm Hank.
Fuck you guys.
I'm Hank Hill. I do signs and sign accessories.
Propane, propane, propane. Jackass.
Well, and and
That's why we drink.
so on that note on recording, so Scott and I get all this fun stuff, right? We've got the little gimbal thing which holds the cell phone and everything. So we get my cell phone set into the gimbal. And to do the mics that we've got, you've got the wireless receiver plugged into the mic too. So imagine the phone and the gimbal like this, right? I plug in that little doohickey, have it dangling, and the gimbal goes whoop, and it will not pick the phone back up because this Samsung is so friggin' heavy. I put his iPhone in there thinking, okay, well, there's a way around this. There's always, right? And I'm like, holy crap, this is bad. But as
so we raw dogged it.
As our resident Marine would say, improvise, adapt, and overcome. The gimbal went out the window, and Greg became the camera stand.
You did a fine job, sir.
Yeah, and it noticed I was sitting here going, every time I'd move or breathe, you'd see the camera move just a little bit, but the phone was able to silence your cell phones now. The phone was able to compensate for that. You didn't really notice it.
Nothing.
Yeah, no.
You don't like my Poirot theme?
No, I
There was only
don't.
that seasickness one time on the whole deal.
Get a real ringtone. I'll buy you a ringtone.
Yeah, we're gonna be sitting here in the shop, 6:30 on Thursday afternoon, and all of a sudden Greg's phone goes, "Fabulous." I don't want that. I don't want to hear that either. Let's go with Perot.
How about It's Raining Men?
Hallelujah.
You can dig it.
It's a good song. What do you want? Don't lie. It's on your freaking iPod.
No, it really isn't.
Oh, I thought you were
and
talking
I don't
to
have
me.
an iPod.
I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, dude, I can barely use this as a phone. What the hell are you talking? It's on your
there
iPod.
was the time when we're at the registration and Craig almost locked it.
I almost locked Larry's phone out.
Yeah, dumbass.
I just looked like, oh God, we're gonna lose a cast member because someone's getting murgled.
He's trying to pull up my
Your ticket.
Yeah.
Your cartel email.
Yeah, my cigar cartel email on my phone. It's like, dude, leave my phone the F alone. It barely works for what I need it to work for now. And Greg's over there, launching a missile and shit from my phone. Oh, I need a code. Make up a 4-digit. What the fuck are you doing to my phone? And so he gets a ticket, shows it to me. Okay, all you got to do is pull it up. All right, we're waiting in line. We're waiting in line. We're waiting in line. Okay, now we're at the front of the line. I go to pull it up. I am 100% locked out of my phone. And I go from how you doing to what the fuck did you do to my phone in like 1 second. He's all, here, I can fix it. What was the code that I told you? I'm like, I'm going to fucking kill you, dude.
Oh.
Fix my phone. Very few things in life. Just fix my phone. But I don't know what was funnier, that or when I told you guys Thursday night, I don't know, because we stayed at Scott's house because he's the closest to the airport. He's got the nicest house.
That too.
But I told him, I said, hey, man, I'm leaving right now, heading down there. That Greg was already at Scott's house. I got to stop by the shop and pick up my boarding pass. And I could hear Scott's wife in the background, just get it off your phone. I'm like, I don't fucking do that. I got a paper boarding pass, God damn it.
Oh, and then on top of that, Saturday night, they didn't email him a link to get his boarding pass to fly home Sunday morning or Sunday night.
Yeah. Yeah, so I had to go, trek through the cattle call of the common folk, which, I'm used to. But
You had to check a bag anyway.
yeah, I had to check a bag anyway, so they didn't steal my damn lighters. Screw you, TSA.
They stole mine.
Speaking of,
Yeah, it's because you didn't check a bag, prick.
fun fact, at Harry Reid Airport, they closed down TSA pre after 8 o'clock.
Scott had to stand in line with us common folk. The bougie had to get in with the
Yeah, he wasn't happy about it either.
no.
Welcome to the kitty into the pool, jackass. Hey, and you know what? Once again, if you've listened to this at all, I hate Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Las Vegas is a cesspool. It's just unless you're going specifically for some type of event like this that takes up 98% of the time you're there, there is no freaking reason to go to Las Vegas.
No. You have to.
Oh, we got
got
it. We got to tell about our Casa Fuente adventure too.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing about Vegas: 48 hours on the Strip is just fine. At that point, I leave the Strip, go to like Henderson, Lake Mead, or something like that, because I've got family and friends outside the Strip, where I don't have to deal with the Strip. Once you get out of there, and you're just dealing with heat, and if you've got friends with giant pools, it's even better.
For a second there, I thought you said you had friends that liked to strip. I was like,
Outside the Strip.
I got that. I mean, it registered, but at first,
And
the ADD affects my hearing too, in case you weren't aware.
Yeah, okay. But then the other thing, when you're walking the Strip, especially at night when they have the folks handing out the flyers for, titties and whatnot, and it's kind of like, you don't take one, they're like, oh, well, you're not too old for titties. It's like, yeah, but I ain't paying for them.
So, funny you should mention that. So, my sister-in-law used to live in Henderson, Las Vegas, right?
That's right.
So we used to go down there to visit, my wife's little sister, his aunt. His mother made it a mission one trip to collect as many of those slapper cards as she could get. So, and okay, for any of you that have been to Vegas, this will make sense. You've seen this, right? You got guys on the street handing out these cards. A lot of them, English is probably not their primary language. They have a job to do, and they get paid by how many of these things they hand out, right? It's amazing how nervous the little Peruvian gentleman gets when a half-drunken white woman stomps up to him. I don't think I have that card yet. Give me one. Give me one. It's a whole new adventure in Vegas, watching her go from person to person trying to collect these cards. I'm like, this isn't baseball cards, for Christ's sake. What are you doing? So bring that up tomorrow night. It's tonight, huh? That we're going to Mexican food for your wife's changing of the guard at her place of employment.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So bring that up and see.
Yeah. No. You didn't call it what you didn't name it correctly. The Happy as a Runaway Slave dance party.
See,
Wow.
you can say that. I can't say that.
On this podcast, yeah, you can't.
Yeah, no, but there's going to be somebody somewhere that'll be watching that going, what did Whitey just say? Them cats out of Mississippi that we talked to, barbecue and cigars or whatever they had.
Yeah.
Dude, if this is the first podcast of ours they watch and I said that, they're going to be like, oh, hell no. Don't answer the phone when those fools call. Oh, my God. See? That's just... You know what that is right there?
What's that?
Black privilege.
Black jokes matter.
So,
I really
Scott,
said that.
let's talk about Casa Fuente and their excellent capareñas.
Yeah, nice segue there, Greg. Let's talk about Casa Fuente and their $25 capareñas.
Worth every.
Oh, yeah, they were amazing. They were amazing.
What was that? Tobacco-infused Grand Marnier?
Yes.
Yes. Oh. Which we're going to need to figure out where to get that, by the way.
Yeah.
Because that was pretty awesome. So, another in Vegas. If you have to be in Las Vegas and you smoke cigars, go to Casa Fuente.
It's in the Caesars Forum next to the one of the escalators.
Yeah, it's tucked away, so you got to be paying attention to find it. But
Or you could just look at the directory or ask someone an information to make your life easy.
Yeah, but,
Really?
but every time we looked at the directory and asked someone for directions, we still got turned the fuck around, and I was the sober one.
How many times we get jacked up in our own hotel?
No shit.
Ask a hotel employee, hey, man, how do we get to here? Oh, you go down, you go 47 steps down, take a left, and press the elevator on the right.
It probably didn't help
Dude,
that
we're in the
we were
wrong.
drinking.
We're in the wrong freaking tower. This cocksucker don't know where to send us. He put us out on the street, for Christ's sake.
We accidentally found our elevator, and we were elated. We were
Dude,
like,
they had-
look, 24.
Yeah, you know how excited, because the Venetians and towers, and if you're not in the right tower, there ain't even the right numbers in the elevator. So we go here, we get in an elevator. That ain't the right elevator. Back, take 2 lefts, a right, 7 turns. Go upstairs, downstairs.
You do the hokey pokey
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
turn
you
yourself
know.
around.
Over the bridge, through the woods to Grandma's house, get on the elevator. It's the same goddamn elevator. How'd we do that? It only goes to 17. Okay, back. We ask this mutt. Oh, yeah, you go here, you go here, you go here. Do that. Nope. Same elevator. Do. I'm like, what about this one, Scott? I don't know. Let's try it. Open the door, 24. Oh, God, thank you. There is, Jesus loves us. Get in the elevator. And so we're on the 24th floor. And there's things I don't like. I don't like heights. I mean, I'm okay in a building, and it's no big deal. I don't like being on a ladder, shit like that. But
So I shouldn't get you the DVD to Towering Inferno for Christmas?
no,
And we're not going to Glacier Point there at Yosemite, are we?
and looking over the edge, fuck no. Not even a gun. You'd have to shoot me to get me out of the car. But one thing that is a tiny bit nerve-wracking to me is when the elevator goes from 24 to 5 like that.
In like,
It's
yeah, like 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm like, how does that work?
It's moving, but
yeah.
you really didn't know. Yeah, I didn't feel it anyway. You probably did.
Yeah. Thanks for pointing that part out. Yes, I did. But no, man. But Casa Fuente, it's a little difficult to find. Especially if you've been drinking, which we were. But yeah, cool place. Just very, very nice place to relax, have a cigar, have a cocktail. They have a full bar. They do not have food. They have a full bar and
Great espresso too.
Yeah, espresso's amazing, but their caparainas are off the hook.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh, and then we got to talk about being in the form shops.
Oh, well,
You had a job.
Oh yes, I had a job. I want to before we wind up, because we got to wind this up here in a few minutes so the good folks at Tobacco Republic can open their business. But I had one job in Caesar's Forum. I'm proud to say I completed that job, even though I also encouraged that job. Sorry, Sue, a little bit. My one job was, and I quote, "I got an X amount of dollar credit line. I need a new watch. Keep me out of the Hublé or the Hublé or the Breitling store." I'm like, no problem, we can do that. Because his wife would have killed him. How much was that one you looked at?
The Breitling?
The Breitling?
$36,000.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And I just gravitated towards it. But I blame my wife for this. Before we were married, I was a simple man. I'd have been perfectly happy with a $400 Citizen. Spend some time with her. I start getting uppity ass tasting shit. So yeah, I instantly gravitate towards this Breitling.
Go ahead.
And I just asked, how much is it? Now, I was hoping she said something like around 12 or even 15. I could have been like, I would have contemplated.
36,000 wiped the contemplation right out of that equation.
Yeah.
And hey, I would tell you, I was standing right there. That woman did not hesitate, did not flinch.
She did not blink.
Did not blink. It was a simple answer, $36,287.
Would
sir.
you like to try it on?
Yeah, in the same same breath. There wasn't even a comma, pause, nothing. 36,000. Would you like to try it on? And Scott's wrist went, yeah. And I just chuckled. I'm like, yeah, try it on, fucker. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, yeah, I like this. And how much again did you say that was? Yeah, when you have a card with no preset spending limit. Oh, no.
No.
That's bad.
So,
Then there's Hublot.
yes.
That was
that the $25,000 watch?
$25,000.
Yeah, that was only 25.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Paltry sum by comparison.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Harumph.
So, we got a couple more minutes. Let's just touch a little bit on the food porn.
Smith and Walensky.
Oh.
And hold on a minute. I'm calling out Matt and Garrett from How About That Cigar right now.
Yes, do so.
Dude, and the guys from Blind Man's Puff. I mean, I don't know where you cats are from and what kind of restaurants you have where you live, but you traveled halfway across the country to Las Vegas. Matt and Garrett ate dinner Friday night at White Castle. The guy next to us from Blind Man's Puff they ate at
Was it Burger King?
no, the chicken, Popeye's chicken.
Oh, yeah, Popeye.
Dude, screw you. We went to Smith and Lewinsky, and it was fabulous.
Yes, it was.
Heckle and Jekyll here had the Wagyu beef. I had a coffee blackened steak. It was incredible.
Yes, it was.
Let's talk about the clam chowder.
Oh. By the way, we did get the wrap up. The camera's getting ready to kaput, so make it short.
Okay, well, no, just great clam chowder. I mean, every bite
yeah.
of it, it had clams in it. Every single bite.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was a fat kid's wet dream.
Mm-hmm.
This is about it. Camera Gorilla's killing us. Faces for radio.
Yeah, well, I would usually say that my smokes to the nub, the rum glass is empty, and in this case, the battery's dying on the camera, so I think it's about that time. I want to thank our audience out there, and on behalf of Hank, Bill, and Bobby, thank you for listening. Check us out at LittleCigarCartel.com. Like and share us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. Don't be a stranger. Drop us a line and let us know you're out there. If you're on Apple Podcasts, hey, hit that 5-star. Give us a like. I'm Scott Robinson, and from all of us here at Beyond the Humidor, we look forward to chatting with you on the next episode. But until then, take care, and good smoke, good drink, and good life. What was that? This dismissive French wave? What the hell was that?
That's this.
Oh.
He's busy.
I know. Fuck you. Welcome to the podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have a new intro.
I think I'm recording on both, and we might just use that. We went to PCA. It was pretty fucking awesome. See you next week.
Yeah. Now, on Behind the Music.
Turn the gain all the way up on headset number 2. No, don't. Don't.
Don't give me instructions in a serious... Don't say, okay, yeah, turn his mic up. Okay, then turn the... Don't say it in the same fucking tone of voice. Hey, so you're going to check the pressure on valve 6, and then whatever you do, definitely hit that big red button. Oh, no, I was joking about that. But, oh, shit, nuclear war just happened. All right. I was joking, can't you tell?
Geothermonuclear war.
You say geothermal nuclear?
Yeah, didn't you ever see that movie?
It's thermonuclear, not geothermal.
It's global thermonuclear war.
That's it. That's close.
Wouldn't you like to play a nice game of chess?
I'd have to see the girl first.
Oh, good job there, Mr. Wizard.
Hey, man, drag yourself together and let's get this thing on the road, shall we?